Ramat, and this is a new edition of Shades of Us. Today I'm going to be talking about something I have titled Women Do Not Fear Getting Robbed. I need to start this by laying a scenario for you. First, let us say that there is this dark, winding street, right? And a woman is maybe coming back home and she's walking down the street and she sees a man. What do you think her first reaction would be? Let me help you. The first thing she feels is this mind-numbing fear. The first thing she wonders is this somebody she knows? And even if it's someone that she knows, is it a friendly face? Is it someone she can trust? And again, even if it is someone that she can trust, is he someone that is sure to act in a decent manner no matter what is happening? So that's one scenario. The other scenario is that it's someone she does not know. Do you know the things that go through her mind? She wonders, is he going to attack her? Is he going to abuse her? Is he going to catcall? Is he going to try to touch her? Or worse, rape her? Now let's even make this scene a bit more interesting. So this winding road I have talked about that is dark has 3 men together. What do you think this woman would do? Trust me, she has the option of saying, okay, do I cross over? But crossing over would mean that she's pulling attention to herself. Does she brace herself and walk past this man? Could there be a face among these men who would, just help her? Or could there be a face who would hurt her and haunt her for the rest of her life? These are the kinds of questions that we think about when we walk down lonely roads. Again, I always like to tell you how I have had to suffer something similar. So there was this day when I was in Ahmadu Bello University, feeling like this student who wanted to be fit. And so I used to go out to run in the morning. The first time I went out with this friend of mine, Hakim, awesome person. And it was regular, it was okay. The second day, he came to call me and I was like, no, I can't go because I'm feeling really tired, so I didn't go. The third day, I think he had traveled, and then I went alone. I went, ran my kilometers, had my heart nearly exploding in my chest, and then I was coming back home, just thinking of what I was going to do with my day, how I would get dressed, get to school because I had a 7 a.m. lecture, and things like that. Out of nowhere, literal out of nowhere, I see a guy coming. It was, early morning, so it was semi-dark, and my first instinct was like, okay, just be calm. But I was hoping, he's one of the good guys. He's one of the people I know. But as he got closer, I realized I didn't know him. I'd already, was on guard and I was, ready for anything. But I was not ready for his hand grabbing my breast. I was not ready at all. And after grabbing, it was such a hard squeeze. And then he turned away and ran away and was laughing as he ran away. So where somebody else would have thought that, oh, okay, maybe someone wants to steal from you or whatnot. No, we don't think about that. We think of whether we are going to be abused. I want to give you another example. I remember this time, still while I was at ABU, there was this lady who was going to get married. Christian, conservative, does things by the books, and from what she said, never had any sexual experience. And so she was going to get married and they lodged them at a hotel, and she was with her bridesmaids and the rest, and armed robbers came to the hotel. And so they were there. Not for once did they think the armed robbers were going to rob them. I think I need to explain this so you understand what I'm saying. They had armed robbers come to their room, but not for once did they think that the armed robbers were going to rob them. Because as soon as the armed robbers saw them and said, oh, beautiful ladies, told them to take off their clothes, and they wanted to rape them. This is as common as, what I don't even know what to use to describe it. Is it when people travel on the roads and you hear that armed robbers attack people and then they take their money and next thing you know, they rape the women? There's always an addition. So women do not fear getting robbed. Women fear getting raped. So I want to play my original scenario again, but with one key difference. So, winding road, long winding road, it's dark, and this time it's a man who is walking on that road. Let's say he sees somebody, another man coming. Like most people, he would fear for himself. Like, probably not so much, but just think, okay, could this be a friendly face or could this be a bad face? He will also think about it. But he's not as afraid as the woman is. So he just feels, oh, okay, he's walking, I'm minding my business, I'm going. And then maybe by the time they pass and it's somebody he knows, like, hey, my guy, how you doing? What thing they happen? And if it's someone he doesn't know, he's like, probably give a nod or whatever, or ignore, and he passes. But he doesn't have this gnawing fear that the hand is going to grab his crotch and squeeze it. He doesn't have that fear. Let's still play that scenario, right? That he's walking down this winding path and then he sees a group of guys. Let's say 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. He also probably doesn't worry so much about whether he's going to be robbed, because that's the worst he can imagine, that maybe he will get robbed, right? But he doesn't think about it. He probably just like, oh, maybe they talk about football or did they do something, but he's not so worried. He's able to walk through and pass. It is when he now sees the threat that he's going to be robbed that he actually feels that he's going to be robbed. But the thing is, we all feel this thing when we see people, we're walking down dark paths, winding paths, and it's dark, and we feel that, okay, something bad may happen. It's natural. We've watched a lot of horror movies, and it may have set the tone for us. However, where men fear getting robbed, women do not just fear getting robbed, they fear getting raped. So we have a society where there is always that extra thing that happens to women. How do we protect women? I hear that, lots of women are taking self-defense classes. And to be honest, after I had been abused a couple of times or harassed a couple of times, I considered taking self-defense classes. The idea of beating the brakes off a man who tried to sexually harass me was great. And till tomorrow remains a great option. I don't want to ever be in a situation where I am unable to protect myself. But the onus of protection of women should not be on us. It should be on a fair, just society where people cannot attack women just because they can, right? It should be among the men who are out there on the streets to not attack people. It should be on a society that does not victimize women for being attacked, right? Because I have been attacked and people have asked me why I was out late. Many women know that you go somewhere and they ask you, what were you doing there? Things like that. So we need a society that does not victimize women for getting attacked. But most importantly, I think that we need to realize that women fear men for a reason. So when the questions of not all men, not all men, not all men, the question is, why is there a belief that all men do certain things? It is because there is precedence. And precedence tells us that at least 1 in 3 women gets attacked. Sexually, physically, in other forms of ways. So this is not something that was picked out of the random and women just decide that, okay, they want to hate men or they want to fear men. There has been precedence. So how can we, that is you and I, work to clear this precedence that has made us so afraid of men, so that society becomes a more just place and women are able to walk down a dark, winding path without worrying that they will be raped? So this question is something I hope we can discuss, talk about it. Let's share ideas, and as always, your questions, your comments, if you do not agree with me, let's get into it in the comment section. There are so many ways to reach me across social media, and you can find them in the end credit. I hope you watch till the end. And as always, it's hugs and kisses from Amat. Bye.